Today we're going to be looking at Morningtide, a classic set that follows the Lorwyn story. We're going to start off with Chameleon Colossus. This is a 4-mana 4/4 shapeshifter. It's got changeling. That means, well, it's all creature types if you want it to be. Protection from black, and for 4 mana, Chameleon Colossus gets +X until end of turn, where X is its power. So this card, weirdly enough, I believe it saw like a little bit of modern play. It was like really good against a lot of Death Shadow decks at the time because it could dodge Lightning Bolt. You couldn't Fatal Push it because it had Pro Black, and it could like block the stupid Death Shadows for days. And also Death Shadow could not block this card in essence. So it was pretty good. I think they had some other applications, but I don't remember. It's a decent card in its own right because, you know, for 4 mana, you can double its power. So if you have infinite mana, you can just infinitely blow somebody up. It's like, what can you do with an infinite mana sink? Just sink it into your Chameleon Colossus. Okay, next up, we're going to go with Little Dead Fly's a Grimoire Thief. This is one of the worst cards in all of Magic the Gathering. I mean, it has, like, no place anywhere. Grimoire Thief, the most disgraceful merfolk or rogue or any card, period. It's a blue-blue 2/2 merfolk rogue. When Grimoire Thief becomes tapped, you can remove the top 3 cards of target opponent's library from the game face down. That's probably its best ability. You're just randomly, like, milling somebody for 3 cards. Now, you may look at the cards removed from the game with Grimoire Thief. I guess you get to know that, nobody else does. For a blue, sacrifice Grimoire Thief. Turn all cards removed from the game with Grimoire Thief face up. Counter all spells with those names. So first off, in Commander, this card is junk. I mean, it's straight up garbage. You're never going to counter... I guess it's really hard to counter something. You could exile cards from one player's deck and then crack the ability to counter the same card from somebody else's deck. That's it. That's the only application. And even in a one-on-one game, it's awful. It's just terrible. You have to attack with this at least once. You gotta randomly be lucky to hit one of those cards your opponent might play against you. And then you have to sacrifice it at the end. I don't even think it's worth it. Terrible, terrible card. Aged, you know, it was bad when it was designed. It was bad when it was printed. It hasn't changed since. Toilet Duck with the Liliana Vest. From Morningtide? I don't think this card came from Morningtide. This card came from Lorwyn. Sorry about that. Disqualified. We need... it's got to have this Morningtide symbol. We were looking back at Morningtide. We're not looking all the way back at Lorwyn, that's for sure. You want to go with... Okay, Kana wants Negate. This better be from the set. Negate has been reprinted 100 million times. Was it originally from... It was! Negate from Morningtide. Unbelievable. I had no idea. Oh, or did we shift a little bit for some reason? Okay, we're shifted back to the right spot. This is a 2-mana instant counter target non-creature spell and has been a staple. It's been a pretty popular staple in Standard. Sometimes as a sideboard card in Pioneer. It's an overall pretty fair counter spell. It's a hard counter to your non-creature spells. It only costs a blue. Easy to splash if you're just playing with a little bit of blue around here. Okay, you got Gatorade, Summer Mermaid Star. I got some tea here. I got some tea on the Coffee and MTG show. Bean Brule with Necro Skitter. Are we skittering around here? Hoping cards like these get reprinted in the Return to Lorwyn. Otherwise, we gotta pay the big bucks. I got some bad news for... Hold on, this is from Eventide. Sorry about that. It's we're looking at Morningtide today, not Eventide. Man, we're not off to a good start, chat. We're looking back at Morningtide. I know it rhymes with Eventide. Very similar. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have Paces Fan Forever with Marilyn of the Morn Song. That's a combo card. All right, this card, it works. Thank you. 3 mana for a 2/3 Elf Wizard. Players can't draw cards. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life. Searches the library for a card, puts it into their hand, then shuffles their library. And of course, if you can prevent your opponent from searching their deck, or hold on, how does it work? Each player draws a card. Sorry, if you can prevent them from drawing extra cards at the beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life, searches their library for a card. Oh, I see. No, but players can't. Oh yeah, players can't draw cards. If you can prevent them from searching or control the search, then they're screwed. You self-deleted? Well, unfortunately, didn't delete fast enough, or it wasn't deleted here. Okay, we got next up, Turia to Distant Melody. Distant Melody is a 4-mana sorcery, reprinted in a lot of sets, but I want to see the OG. I also have to verify that it's actually been Morningtide. I gotta keep 2 eyes on everyone. 4 mana. Choose a creature type. Draw a card for each permanent you control of that type. Sounds insane in a fairies deck that like spews out a bunch of tiny little fairies. That must have been like a pretty good payoff in the Bitter Blossom days. I could also see that in a blue-green elf deck. Elves are also really good at spewing a million creatures on the battlefield. So that's not bad. That is not bad. It's more of a funsy card. Seems slightly win more, but still, it's gonna work out. Let's look at Benjamin Berg. Oh, Scape Shift. Scape Shift came from Morningtide. Wonder what, oh, I guess does that make some sense? Like it's transferring Lorwyn to like Shadowmoor. The 4-mana sorcery, sack any number of lands. Search your library for that many land cards. Put them into play tap, then shuffle your library. I had no idea this card had anything to do with Lorwyn. Nothing at all. I associate this card with Valakut the Molten Pinnacle and Zendikar and me getting blasted in the face for like bazillions of damage. Usually in the multiples of 3. That's how I associate this card. Has really stood the test of time and is still seen play even to this day. William said, Will Anderson says, or asked, there was a time in Modern when Scape Shift might as well have read you win the game. It still does if they want to. I think the Amulet decks still play this. I think some Amulet decks still play this card. Because, I mean, you basically dig for all the necessary lands that you need. Or it's like to either enable a combo or just combo off and win immediately. We got Pacers Fan Forever. Thornbite Staff. Thornbite Staff is a 2-mana. It's like a Kindred Shaman equipment. Equipped creature has pay 2, tap. This creature deals 1 damage to target creature or player, and whenever a creature is put into a graveyard from play, untap this creature. Oh, it's like a goblin. Is it goblin sharpshooter? There's some goblin out there. If you kill a creature, you can untap the goblin. Whenever a shaman creature comes into play, you may attach Thornbite Staff to it. That's not bad. At least they have that ability on it. Because equipment, I've said it a million times, it's too clunky. It's too clunky. You gotta get this equipment on the creatures a lot easier. Why is there such a high equip cost for just putting something on? What's the cost of putting my underwear on in the morning? Like equip 2 or something? This is just a staff. You can just grab the damn thing. Or maybe it's like the sword, the Excalibur or something in a stone. Maybe it's harder than it looks. Did you look at Rage Forger yet? There was a nasty deck that revolved around this guy. Nope, never heard of it. Isn't it this a combo piece? Thornbite Staff? Probably. It's got it's got a lot of combo-esque features to it, for sure. Next up, we've got Archangel with Bold Weir Heavyweights. Bold Weir. The heavies. We're bringing out the heavies now. There's a 4-mana 8/8. Okay, what's the downside? Trample. When it comes into play, each opponent may search their library for a creature card and put it into play. Oh my god. Then each player who searches their library this way shuffles it. But if you know your opponent's deck is full of junk, or even no creatures, this card is awesome. It's a great card. Hexenort, Heritage Druid. Arguably one of the best modern day printed, maybe the best modern day printed elf in the game. There's a lot of broken elves of the past, but this is probably I would say probably the most broken one in the future. In the modern card frame. It's a green 1/1. Tap 3 untapped elves you control to add triple green to your mana pool. That triple green to your mana pool. This plus Glimpse of Nature or any sort of card draw source for every single time you cast or play an elf. And you can basically just spew a million elves onto the battlefield, because the more elves you play, the more they tap for mana. And they're not affected by summoning sickness. Remember that. Not affected by summoning sickness. You're just tapping 3 elves. That's the cost. That's all it's done. We've done Negate Will Anderson. We've done it. Next up, we got Summer Mermaid Star with Primal Beyond. Get your Elemental Commander Tower for your future Elemental deck. This is a land. It comes into play when it comes into play, or as it comes into play, you may reveal an elemental card from your hand. If you don't, Primal Bond comes into play tapped. You can add a mana to your mana pool, or you can tap to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, but spend the mana only to play elemental spells or activated abilities of elementals. This card sucks. This card is junk this is so bad today. Don't we just have infinitely better cards? Like, this is just strictly worse Cavernous Souls. It's almost like strictly worse. What's the other Kindred land? I can't remember the other one. It's Cavernous Souls minus the Uncanner ability, but you can still add 1 mana of any color. You just name the creature type that you want it for. So this has been just completely pushed out of the game. For the most part, you have to show an elemental for this damn thing. I guess in Commander you don't have that many options for land, so I mean it's just a must include maybe for an elemental deck in Commander, but outside of that, it's not really good. You'll get pushed out for better lands. It's another one for redundancy. Depends on the format, I guess. Voltland, Knowledge Exploitation. Knowledge. Let me show you my knowledge. Here in my garage. Is that a red seal? So 7 mana rogue sorcery. It's got Prowl. Is this where Prowl got invented? You can play this for its Prowl cost. If you dealt combat damage to a player this turn with a rogue. That's nice. Search your opponent's library for an instant or sorcery card. You may play that card without paying its mana cost. That player then shuffles their library. Well, for 7 mana, you better get something good out of it. I don't even know if you can get anything out of your opponent's deck that's going to be worth the 7 mana that you spend on this damn thing. Feels overly costly. Oh, okay, but you got the Prowl. You can Prowl for 4 mana instead. Make them sweat like bullets. Menose, the wonderful Mutavault. Mutavault's almost become it's become a standard staple. Basically, they've got so many Mutavaults. But this is where it all started in Morningtide. I don't know. There's some rules reason, but it doesn't have Changeling. So it's a land you can tap for a colorless and pay 1. Mutavault becomes a 2/2 creature with all creature types until end of turn. It's still a land. I don't understand why they just couldn't say it's a 2/2 Changeling with all creature types until end of turn. It's still a land. I think it had. Someone once explained it to me, but I mean, I don't remember. It was such a niche, nuanced reason, because you have there's some reason that if the land has Changeling, I don't know if it breaks the game, but it had unintended consequences, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense that they have to say it has all creature types until end of turn. Well, guess what? It's only a Changeling until end of turn, then it turns back into a land anyway. If anyone knows the reason, let me know in the comments section. That's for sure. Because you can't use Mana Vault, you mean Mutavault, to champion cards at a time? I don't get it. But that might be the reason. Okay, Gillum, we got Fencer Cleek. Okay, hold on. Surefire Cells letting us know. Okay, I'm pretty sure if a Changeling creature loses abilities, it loses the creature types, whereas with Mutavault, it still has the creature types. Unsure about that. I'm also unsure about that. Okay, Fencer Cleek. A lot of cliques in Morningtide. 4 mana for a 3/2 fairy soldier flying. Pay blue. Put fence or clique on top of its owner's library. Oh, you come to snipe me down with a shock? Well, I'm sorry. I'm too quick for it. Too fast. I'm going to submerge myself back to the top of the deck. We did Grimoire Thief. It's terrible. It's one of the worst cards of all time. What do you have to say about it? I feel like there could be a combo for it. No! There's no combo for that card. Only pain and suffering thinking about it. Less than. We have Guilt. Oh, the Guilt Leaf Archdruid. Nikachu, look up the championing mechanic for MTG and realize what set it came in. I assume like one of these sets. Guilt Leaf Archdruid is a 5 mana 3/3 elf druid. Whenever you play a druid spell, you may draw a card. That's cash money right there. Tap 7 untapped druids you control. Gain control of all lands target player controls. Don't get too many druids out. It's going to be painful. Make sure you don't have so many lands. Diversify your lands with mana rocks and mana creatures and Lotus Cobra. Don't be too weak to the Archdruid. Next, we've got... Corbinic wants Sensation Gorger. What the hell does that mean? Okay, we have a 3 mana 2/2 Goblin Shaman. It's got Kinship. There's a lot of mechanics in this set. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may look at the top card of your library. Now, if it shares a creature type with this creature, you can reveal it. If you do, each player discards their hand and draws 4 cards. What? Why would I want to do that? I feel like I'm helping my opponents here, more than they're helping me. That's pretty neat, though. All right, look at the top card of my deck. If it's the same creature type, I'm going to get a bonus off of it. The Guilt Leaf Archdruid. Yes, you can gain all the lands permanently. It's pretty evil. Okay, Surefire Selves with we just did that one. Corbinic was right above you. Sorry about that. Hope you didn't get sniped, even though you didn't pay for it. You want Rage Forager? Why not? We just went from Sensation Gorger to Rage Forager. 3 mana 2/2. When Rage Forager comes into play, put a +1/+1 counter on each other shaman creature you control. Whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it attacks, you may have that creature deal 1 damage to target player. That's not bad. Not great. That's not bad. I guess you could even put this in like an affinity-like deck or any deck that has anything to do with +1/+1 counters. Didn't specifically say. Like it says, whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it attacks. It didn't say no damn shaman over there, all right? No shaman. Christopher B, really excited for the Leaf Crown. Don't spam too much, Christopher B. You know what? I could bring back the timeout for what's it? I used to put you all on timeout. You're slowed down by like 5 minutes at a time. I could bring it back. I've been a little loose on that rule. I could bring it back at any moment. Leaf Crowned Elder. This is a 4 mana 3/5 Tree Folk Shaman. Now with Kinship. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may look at the top card of your library. If it shares a creature type with Leaf Crowned Elder, you can reveal it. If you do, you may play that card without paying its mana cost. Holy moly! The only downside is how many good tree folk are there? There's maybe only like a few shaman out there that I want to play for free. This plus Brainstorm seems broken though. It's a 3/5 creature. It's slightly difficult to kill. Maybe not impossible, but slightly difficult to kill. Will says Lorwyn block is the best block. I agree. And we're going back. I never actually got to experience the Lorwyn block when it first came out. Hey, play nice, Jess. We all gotta love each other around here. Okay, next we've got Toilet Duck, the Reigns of the Vine Steed. What is this? Reigns Vine Steed. Oh, it's Reigns of the Vine Steed. Oh yeah, Surefire Selves is going to give us a combo. There's a convoluted line with this where you give Leaf Crowned Elder Changeling. So you're constantly spewing out a bunch of creatures from this card. Funny stuff. All right, okay. The Reigns of the Vinesteed is a 4-mana aura. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2. Now, when enchanted creature is put into a graveyard, you may return Reigns of the Vinesteed from your graveyard to play attached to a creature that shares a creature type with that creature. So it's like it's like a really expensive Rancor. So expensive that I would rather just keep paying the 1 from Rancor. There's no way that I'm going to get my monies or my mana's worth off of the Reigns of Vinesteed. This card's terrible. I think it's terrible. Unless there's some like aura ETBs that you need. You really need to pull off. I don't know any other cards. I don't know many cards that demand auras triggering when they enter the battlefield. We did Scape Shift John. It was a beautiful card. There was no card yet. I now have to go back. We have Bryce with the abominable ancients. It's like the abominable snowman. It's $10, you say. There's a lot of ancients, abominable. I am not spelling this right. Abominable tree folk. No. Sorry, I don't know what this card is. Maybe next time. It's indomitable. Indomitable ancients. All right, Bryce, you got saved. Saved by Surefire Selves. Or it's indomitable ancients. Okay, we have a 4-mana 2/10 Tree Fork Warrior, and it does nothing. It's literally a it's just a vanilla 2/10. It's got a lot of flavor text though. This card is like $4 for any of those Tree Folk Warriors. I guess it's for a Doran deck where you have to attack with the toughness. It's really strong on defense. Also packs an incredible punch when it needs to. Next, this is just it's also an Arcades piece. Benjamin says, I'm surprised Bitter Blossom hasn't been chosen. You're right. Benjamin scrubbed the stream, found out no one's mentioned Bitter Blossom yet. One of the most, in my opinion, overrated cards in all of Magic the Gathering, just hanging on by its legacy of being incredibly powerful in Standard. It's a 2-mana fairy enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life. You put a 1/1 black fairy rogue creature token with flying into play. I have to admit, like, this card's probably good in Commander. You have 40 life, so you might as well do something with it. And randomly getting a 1/1 guarantees you always have a blocker, so it discourages attackers against you. You got some, like, fodder for sacrificing. So it's probably better in Commander. It's just so bad in, like any one-on-one format. It's just been completely pushed out of the game. You will die to so many people die to their own Bitter Blossom before anything else. Bitter Blossom no longer sees any modern play. Yes, as of like 7 years ago, that is true. and even beyond 7 years ago, it was really dubious. I mean, people played it for the sake of playing it, but not because it was. I mean, it was for the pride of playing fairies. Now, I have to admit, I've tried to make fairies work several times, and I realized there's not that many fairies. Like, if you want to make a fairies deck, there's just, like, almost nothing. So the poor fairy players, they're just getting... There's not many fairy playables. They're all junk. It's like, it's all mostly junk and jank. So, I sort of understand. They look at Bitter Blossom, it's like, this is better than all that other crap. Let's play it! And also, it's not bad to be in black when you play with fairies. Going Demir. So, okay, I can understand their desperation. Mappius with Stony Brook Banneret. It sounds familiar. Oh, I spelled Banneret wrong. There we go. Stony Brook. Oh, because it's a Merfolk wizard. Yes, the 2-mana 1/1. It's got Island Walk too, but Merfolk spells and wizard spells you play cost 1 less to play. It's good in the Merfolk deck, could be good in a wizard deck. But it's got to be good, like, you got to play in a Merfolk deck that actually can get a discount on their cards. A lot of Merfolk, they don't have any generic mana in them. Very awkward. Very weird too. Jack says, is it me, or did almost no one who worked on Morningtide know how to draw reasonable quality waifu artwork? Well, I don't know. You know, I don't know if back in 2008, waifus were like in style, I would say. They're in style now. Wizards knows 100%. So you better believe that there are going to be more waifu cards coming in the future from here on out. They don't want to upset their demographic. Wizards, they need to make that money. They got to make you happy. They want you drooling over those waifu cards. Heritage Druid, we did that one. You've not redeemed yourself. But you will one day. Felicia with, idyllic tutor here. That tutors enchantments, I think? 3 mana sorcery. Search your library for an enchantment card, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. This is a banger card. Look, there's not a lot of tutors in this game, and if you need those enchantment cards, Idyllic Tutor's got your back. One of the few cards that have your back. Lorwyn Eclipse is having the same problem. You mean there's no waifu cards in Lorwyn Eclipse? Look, they might save it for the secret lairs, all right? They're gonna make sure they make some money out of us. I wish Nikachu had the money to put Levi Schechtman's music on the show as classical background music. Do I need the money? If it's public domain, I can have it on. Next we've got... For the record, I have no idea what this music is. Not a clue. Okay, who has no card yet? I'm gonna dig into the past. Who's here? We're gonna have to go. Okay, we're gonna move on to the no 2 cards yet. We're gonna go with Christopher B's Wolf Skull Shaman. Wearing skulls, pretty morbid for an elf, I think. It's almost like a Deathrite Shaman. It's a 2 mana 2/2 elf shaman with kinship. At the beginning of your upkeep, you can look at the top card of your library. Now, if it shares a creature type with Wolf Skull Shaman, you can reveal it. And if you do, put a 2/2 green wolf creature token into play. It's like a mini... I want to say it's like a Hunt Master of the Fells. Really clunky, though. Will Anderson, Shared Animosity. You can drop this on turn 4 to 5 to finish a game with goblins. But, like, you know, you can do... There's a lot of ways you can finish the game with goblins, like even on turn 3. So Shared Animosity, it is from Morningtide, 3 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature you control attacks, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. For each other attacking creature that shares a creature type with it. Yeah, they'll do it. Yeah. It also would work in elves. The 2 archetypes that can just spew creatures on the battlefield further than... further than someone spewing puke after smelling surstrumming. Don't ask me what any of that means, but it is in relation to something I saw on Reddit somewhat recently. All right, we got to thank our sponsors today. We're going to look at more of Morningtide, but you need to know where to get this Morningtide from. And what better place to get it than at FusionGamingOnline.com. Today's sponsor, deal of the week, 20% off all playmats. But you don't have to get just playmats. You can get the Morningtide cards. Also, pre-order the Lorwyn Eclipsed cards when they are available. Not to mention, get all your singles for all your favorite formats. And don't forget, when you get those singles, don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases, and it supports the channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online, the digital client to play old paper formats digitally on the internet. You can support the channel renting using Mana Traders to play old formats and old decks you want. Using coupon code Nikachu_58V for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. And back to Morningtide. The tide of the morning. Solfem says, this won me a game. I was losing, drew it off the top. Yeah, then it turns that into that dancing meme. What is it? Like, I can't remember what it is. The guy closing his eyes and he's just vibing. That's how everyone feels when they rip that one card they need off the top. Toilet Doc says, I think the only way Flamekin become relevant in Magic is if Flamekin Moons becomes a real card. Well, we have to wait and see. Benjamin Berkey with Revelark. Oh, is this the origin story of the Revelark? It is, from Morningtide, a very versatile card. 5 mana for a 4/3 flyer. When it leaves play, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to play. And it's got Evoke for 6 mana. It's funny. It's one of the few Evoke cards we actually have to pay more to get the effect. A fantastic effect, though. Essentially, it's a decent creature in its own right, being a 4/3 flyer, but if it dies, you get value. And that's the point. No ETB, but you be careful. Next, we've got Archangel new with Feud Killer's Verdict. Finally, life gain has uses. Seriously? Life gain is in a lot of trouble here. Or is it life gain is always looking for a purpose in this game. 6 mana for a giant sorcery. You gain 10 life. Now, if you have more life than an opponent, put a 5/5 white giant warrior creature token onto the battlefield. So basically 6 mana for a 5/5. Enter the battlefield. Gain a boatload of life. I don't know why. Well, so anyone playing a giant deck out there, this might go in or something. Hexenort, you don't even have a card yet. Supreme Exemplar. Making an example out of everybody. The most green-blue creature ever. So it's a 7 mana 10/10 elemental. It's got flying. It's got champion and elemental. I don't get it. It's the most green-blue creature ever. Why? Because it's a lion? Is it because of the picture? So it's like all the animals of the forest, but they're just flying right now. They're just in the they should be called an avatar. We've make this more of an avatar than an elemental at this point. Because it's so big. It's true. Blue doesn't go big. They just go over. They fly. Next up, we've got 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 card. Even says so at the bottom right. It rated itself. 5-star experience. Don't forget to leave a review on Google. Don't forget to leave a review on Google. Turiat with Vendilion Click. So one of my favorite cards that got pushed out of the game. Let's see the original. I like the original art. I like the original art more than all these other arts. Even above this thing. Why would they print this? This is like a promo. They just made the Spotlight series promo. It has doesn't it have no home at this point? Maybe it's an okay card in Commander for fun. But it has no format unless they're ready. Maybe this is going to get printed into Pioneer. Maybe it's ready. Maybe it's time for Pioneer. It's going to show up in Standard. What is it an elemental of? Animal head? Oh, it's a spirit animal. It's the element. It's the element of nature. Vendilion Click, however, is a 3 mana 3/1 fairy wizard with flash, flying, and when it comes into play, look at target player's hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, that player reveals the chosen card, puts it on the bottom of their library, then draws a card. It's such a simple but so strategic card. I love the strategy of this thing. You can target your opponent. You can take nothing. You'd be just and that's usually what I did. I'd be I don't want to take anything. I just want to know exactly what you have, and I don't want to guess what that last card is even if I do take something. You could target yourself and get rid of garbage cards from your hand and shuffle away some trash that's irrelevant for the matchup, draw a fresh new card while still having a 3/1 flyer. I think it's super sweet. William says, we already got a new Bitter Blossom revealed in Lorwyn Eclipsed. A good chance for a Cleek reprint or a new kind. Ooh, new Cleek! I would love to see powered up Cleek. That sounds like gas. Huge fan of this card. Sadly, not the most powerful these days. 1 toughness is under a lot of pressure. All those heads should have changeling that even exist at that point. Oh, you mean like, oh, the, what's it called? Talking about the Supreme Exemplar. Yeah, they had changeling because the first card I showed had changeling. The Chameleon Colossus. Next, Little Deadfly with pulling teeth. That sounds terrible. That sounds brutal, Little Deadfly. Oh my god. Well, okay, at least it's not with a wrench. So 2-mana sorcery, clash with an opponent. If you win, target player discards 2 cards. What is 2 teeth? Otherwise, that player discards a card. Oh, they're discarding something no matter what. So it could be, what's it called? Mind Rot? Mind Rot for 2 mana. Their opponent discards 2 cards. Just found there is an old card called Morningtide. There's a card called... Oh, there is. Came from a long time ago. White cards in Torment were misprinted with low resolution pixelated art. Really? So they all look fake. Remove all cards in all graveyards from the game. That has nothing to do with Morningtide, the set that we have now. Leslie and Rivals Duel. Four mana sorcery. Let's get the original. Choose 2 target creatures that share no creature types. All right. The duel of the 2 creature types. Each of those creatures deal damage equal to its power to the other. Oh, it's a fight card. It's fight before fight existed. You got Jigglypuff? All right, I send out Pikachu. Pikachu, burn that Jigglypuff. Same time, Jigglypuff is... What does Jigglypuff... Does Jigglypuff just sing? Sing Pokemon to sleep? I guess so. It's a fairy type Pokemon, I think. I want to say Jigglypuff had some poison power, but I could be just completely mixing that up. It's been a long time. I don't know my Pokemon so well. You don't have to pick your creature, which is neat. Choose 2 target creatures that share no creature type. You don't have to pick your creature. What does that mean? Or Jigglypuff will slap me, huh? Get slapped or slap me to sleep, sing me to sleep, then slap me to sleep, or slap me to wake me up. Just gonna sing me back to sleep, to slap me. The Arena and Magus of the Arena already did fight before fight was a thing long before. Oh, so it looked like they were like playing around with fight before fight finally existed. It's like, okay, 2 creatures that we want them to deal damage to each other. Why don't we just make this a mechanic? And fight makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. You pick 2 opponents' creatures, 2 target creatures that share no creature type each. Oh, I see. So this can be a very commanderish card. Good catch there, Minase. Good catch. Because of that good catch, we're going to check out your next card. We got the Murmuring Bosk. That card taught me a new word, Murmuring Bosk. Oh, sorry, I'm going to get to you, John. I see you got a super chat. Okay, Murmuring Bosk is a forest. You can fetch this card out? Just makes me wonder how many unique lands I can fetch out with fetch lands. And this came from Morningtide. Was this a cycle? The hell was the blue one? As Murmuring Bosk comes into play, you may reveal a tree folk card from your hand. If you don't, Murmuring Bosk comes into play, tap, whatever. And, oh, it's like a pain land. Tap to add white, blue to your mana pool. Murmuring Bosk deals 1 damage to you. Damn, what was the blue one? Bosk, a small wooded area. What's sad, there are no other lands like this. Oh, so they only made 1, huh? So this was, maybe they're going to complete the cycle. Okay, I'm going to make a prediction. They may not complete the cycle. I bet we're going to see 1 more card like this coming out in the next set. I don't know for what creature type. We're going to see 1 more. Like, they're going to continue the cycle and finish the cycle in, like, 100 years. Vazon loves the art. It looks like a Gemstone Caverns to me, really. It existed purely because Lorwyn tree folk were green, white, black. That makes some sense. But you know, like the merfolk were blue, white. The goblins were black-red. Oh, I see. Because there were only 2 colors, so they need a reason for there to be 3. Maybe there will be a reason coming up. Okay, John, with your super chat. Roar of the crowd. Roar of the Crowd is a 4-mana sorcery. Choose a creature type. Roar of the Crowd deals damage to target creature or player equal to the number of permanents you control of the chosen type. Target creature or player. That sounds like a one-shot kill coming from a burn player. Or a goblin. Or it's not a burn player. Goblin player. Or an elf player. Like, goblins and elves are the 2 creature types that I associate with spewing like infinite tokens and creatures on the battlefield. Like more creatures than you can even do anything with. Tresaro says, the Murmuring Bosque looks like a real-life place in Northern Ireland. You've been? You've been there, haven't you, Tresaro? You have been there. The Tree Folk Harbinger could go fetch this. The Roar of the Crowd? Tree Folk Harbinger. This doesn't have... Okay, or maybe it was a forest that they could go fetch. I'm not familiar. Next up, Voltland with Lightning Crafter. Oh, a 4-mana for a 3/3 Goblin Shaman. Champion a Goblin or Shaman. Tap, Lightning Crafter deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Also, it's Bolt every single turn. That's pretty strong. That's not bad. But you have to champion something. That's the downside. So like, these cards just look like an automatic like 2-for-1 on yourself. Needs haste. That'd be really broken. It's just basically turn it into Flame Tongue Cavu. So you snipe something off immediately. Or could find so last card, you could get a forest or a tree folk. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, Tresaro wants Distant Melody. Didn't we do that one? Wasn't that your card? Didn't I do this? I did this one. Sorry about that. It has been done. Yeah, draw a card for each permanent you control of that type. I said it would be great in a Goblin or Elves deck. Still would. It still would. Alright, back to the Lightning Crafter. I guess we're at no 3 cards yet now for people. Toilet Duck with Sen's Tactician. Who's Sen? A white 1/1 Kithkin Soldier. For a white, tap, put a +1/+1 counter on target soldier creature. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it can block an additional creature. I think it sucks. I mean, at least it's 1 mana. At least it's 1 mana. It only puts a +1/+1 counter on 1 creature. I don't think that's worth tapping out for. Or paying a mana and tapping this thing for. A little bit too much work in my opinion. A Sen is the head of a Kithkin community. Oh, their leader. The leader of the Kithkins. Bob Talks Bridge. Watching Nikachu MTG Live is part of my daily regimen, at least Monday to Friday at 3 p.m. Central. That is right. Thanks so much for being a part of the show, Bob Talks Bridge. Okay, Tresaro is going to take a second swing at this ball with Knowledge Exploitation. Oh, I think we did that one too, Tresaro. We did that one too. Sorry about that. Have we gone through all the good ones at this point? We don't have any more good cards to look at. We can look at the bad cards. Sigil Tracer. I welcome bad cards. Okay, this card might be bad. I actually play this in my commander deck, or at least my Merfolk commander deck. 3 mana for a 2/2 Merfolk Wizard. Pay 2. Tap 2 untap Merfolk you control. Copy target instant or sorcery spell, and you can choose new targets for the copy. I have not, however, ever activated this ability. Never came up. Sucked for me. Never have. It's unfortunately. Bryce is like, how about the Door of Destiny? that come from Morningtide? The door of no, I'm sorry, it doesn't exist. Doesn't exist, Bryce. Okay, Menace with the Glamour. The Glamour is a 2-mana instant. Choose target instant or enchantment. Its owner shuffles it into their library. That's unique. So if there's any enchantment or artifact that actually might benefit from being in the graveyard, like maybe you can bring it back, maybe you can sacrifice cards to or pay some cost to put the card back to your hand or back onto the battlefield. It's a unique card. I think it's better to shuffle it into somebody's deck than to put into their graveyard, which, by the way, fuels people's like Threshold and Delirium, Delve, and all sorts of other crap. That very unique card. I would almost go as far as to say this is a strictly better disenchant. Strictly better. Next up, John's Mind Shatter. Mind Shatter is a black X. Let's look at the original Morningtide. Sorcery. Target player discards X cards at random. It's what's it called? Mind Crank? Mind Twist. No, Mind Twist. It's Mind Twist, but with an extra black. And it makes it worthless. Completely, harmlessly worthless. Next up, we've got Sulfim with Mind Shatter. Awkward. Sorry about that. It's on the screen right now. Okay, Bryce adjusted the search for Door of Destinies. Okay, that worked. It's a pretty popular card. It's been reprinted many times. 4-mana artifact as Door of Destinies comes into play. Choose a creature type. Now, whenever you play a spell of that type, put a charge counter on your Door of Destinies. Creatures you control of that type get +1/+1 for each charge counter on the Door of Destinies. So what is the benefits between this and what is it, the Coat of Arms? Why would I play this? Or is it just redundancy? Isn't this strictly better? Each creature gets +1/+1 for each other creature on the battlefield that shares at least one creature type with it. Because if you play this, if you top deck this, it's worthless. It's just worthless. Whereas this, you can top deck this and it's worth something. That's a huge difference. Because Door of Destinies has to be out first before you start playing creatures, so it can accumulate the counters. This one, I mean, there is the other side of the coin here is if you don't have any creatures in play, Coat of Arms is worthless. Whereas with Door of Destinies, if you have one creature in play, but there's like, I don't know, 6 counters on Door of Destinies, well, then you're still in the plus. It doesn't give power to opposite playing tribal decks. Oh, it's one-sided. Door of Destinies still carry the buff if you get board wiped. I guess that is one upside. No, I think it's a pretty big thing. This is one-sided. That's worth it. That could be worth it. Coat of Arms costs twice as much dollar-wise. It's money. Big money. We did Idyllic Tutor, Sulfim. Sorry about that. Keep guessing. You can guess a million times. Infinite times, in fact. One is you control, one is for everyone. Trisaru with Sensation Gorget, we did that one as well. Damn. Morningtide must have been a really small set. It's so small that you guys have run out of cards. What have we not done? Okay, now I think everyone... let me guide everyone. Look for the worst cards in Morningtide. The worst cards. What are the worst cards in Morningtide? Only then. So hold on, Sulfim. Coming around round 3. Tarin Mauler. All right, that one's gonna definitely pass. We didn't do this one. I don't want to suggest something that's boring. Boring is fine. In fact, cards can be so bad they're fun. 3 mana for a 2/2 shapeshifter with changeling. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. This is insane. This card is really good. This doesn't even feel like it should be a red card. Like, it should have haste if it's red. Otherwise, if it's just growing big, shouldn't this just be green? I don't know why the redness of this thing. Anyway, it's a bull! It's gonna rage on. The value to Torian Mauler is going up. Well, not really. It's been printed so many times. Oh, hold on. Where's the origin? Origin is still Morningtide? It is. Okay. Oh, phew. The card's standard legal? Oh, it is, actually. Oh, but it's not... It won't be nearly as good in standard. Unless you play against the Izzet. The Izzet, what's it called? Monument deck? They play a lot of cards in that. They play a lot of spells in that deck. So I hear. Okay, we got Little Deadfly with Violet Paul. Anyway, I think that card was... this card has a lot of upside potential. Violet Paul, however, is a 5-mana fairy instant. Destroy target non-black creature. Put a 1/1 black fairy rogue creature token with flying into play. That is a really good ability attached to a very awkward mana cost. 5 mana for this thing? No way. Too much. Too much. How about 4 mana? Let's make a deal. How about 3 mana? Can you do 3 mana? If you can't do 3 mana, how about 4 mana? It would probably be busted at 2 mana. It probably should be a 3 mana card. We got Dustin Newby with Offal Snout. Sounds like a pig card. Sort of looks like a pig. Oh, no. Okay, this card looks like a pig. Looking for them truffles. It's a 3-mana 2/2 elemental flash. When Offal Snout leaves play, remove target card in a graveyard from the game. You can also evoke it for a black mana. So for 1 mana, I can remove a card in the graveyard from the game. How original. It'd be pig. So what, are pigs elementals? Are there any pigs in this game? Do we have a pig, or is it like a beast? Is there like at least 1 pig creature type? Okay, I'm curious. Type line, creature, pig. I'm just curious. Is there 1 pig? Oh, maybe it's called a boar. Maybe it'd be called boar. We did Marilyn of the Morn song. It's a pig elemental. That's disturbing. Very, very disturbing. The Jade Fist with Dominus Fealty. Dominus of Fealty. This is Eventide. Sorry about that. We're looking up Morningtide. If someone didn't bring it up before I started watching, Clout of the Dominus as an alternate. Okay, hold on. Clout of the Dominus. Is that? No, it's still Eventide. We'll get to Eventide at some point, but today it's all Morningtide. We're looking back at Morningtide. We got these pig things. Corbinek with Fester Creep. What creepy stuff we looking for here? This is a 2-mana 0/0 elemental. Fester Creep comes into play with a +1/+1 counter on it. So basically it's a 1/1. Pay 2 mana, remove a +1/+1 counter from your Fester Creep, but it's gonna die. All other creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. Whoa! Whoa! It's like a mini board wipe. Not the best. It's definitely not the best. It's like 4 mana for that board wipe. Okay, forget it. It's garbage. Mercenary, we did Vendilion Click already. There's 60 boars. So that's what it is. No piggies. The piggy didn't go to the market. It was a boar. Guess we're being desperate for a 3rd card. Great Bo Doyen. Five mana for a 2/4 elf archer. You're a big elf fan, Christopher B. I think you're a big elf fan. Other archer creatures you control get +1/+1. It's like, that's not the creature type we're trying to buff here. How many archers are in this game? There's probably a few. There should be there should be a lot of soldier archers and a lot of elf archers or human archers. Whenever an archer you control deals damage to a creature, that archer deals that much damage to that creature's controller. Okay, we have to have an archer. Very unusual. We need to have an archer tier list. I'm going to write that down. Archer tier list. Just a weird creature types. You know, if we didn't have today's show, I would have completely forgot that archer was even a creature type, period. 114 archers. There's millions of them. Oh, Christopher V is an archer fan above anything else. Bob Talks Bridge, you're the cream of the crop. Even though you read my chat but didn't show the card earlier. Oh, I didn't catch your drift. Yeah, I don't know the card exists. This is $21. It better be good. I have never seen this card in my life. Has anyone seen this card? Am I not the only person that's learning about this for the first time? 2 mana for an enchantment. Whenever a creature comes into play under your control, you may look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the creature's power. Now, if you do, put one of those cards on top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. It sucks. Okay, it's like a really weird... It's not that bad, but like, why can't we just be putting that card into our hand? Why can't we just be drawing all the cards? So it's like it's a scrying machine, effectively. It's a big scrying machine. Mercenary has heard of this card. Okay, I'm not alone here. Or sorry, no, I am alone. So I'm still alone. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know the metagame anymore. This world has passed by me. People throw those away in the trash when Morningtide was still plentiful in print. Like, I can see the incentive to play this card, but green has like a lot of card draw at this point. Or like slightly better abilities than this. But I guess that's really useful if you're digging for a very, very specific card and you just put like an 8/8 in play and start looking 8 cards deep for something exactly what you need. Yeah, useless. Well, unless you got a really big 1-drop. What if it was, what's it called? Phyrexian Dreadnought, huh? Phyrexian Dreadnought's a pretty big card. 1 mana, scry 12. Not bad. Not bad at all. Felicia with Preeminent Captain. Didn't I disqualify this card last time? Preeminent Captain. Yeah, I did. But today's Morningtide. Whoops. Sorry. It's legal. It's good. 3 mana, 2/2 first striker, and when the Preeminent Captain attacks, you may put a soldier creature card from your hand into play tapped and attacking. Oh yeah, where's that Emrakul? Where are you hiding that Emrakul, Preeminent Captain? Where is it? Where is it? You hiding a little Eldrazi in your shield over there? Surprise! Surprise everyone with that Eldrazi. I think this is Solfim's second card. Rustic Klatchen. What's Rustic? I guess the Murmur was part of a cycle, somewhat. So when it's a land. It's a farm. It reminds me of Legend of Zelda. Hold on. Oh, I don't think I have. Do I have that? I don't have the music to that farm. Was it Kokoriki Village? No, it's not. That's not even in it. It was a farm where you can go swipe at the chickens. Okay, when it enters the battlefield, you may reveal a Kithkin card from your hand. If you don't, Rustic Klatchen enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap to add white, or you can reinforce 1 for 2 mana. Discard this card, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. This is terrible. This is so bad. Lon Ranch. That's right. That's what I was thinking of. You know, every so often I'm like, I should play Legend of Zelda. Maybe I'll appreciate it this time around instead of like when I was younger. And then I'm like, it takes so long to beat that game. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I actually just started playing Counter-Strike for the first time in like 25 years. I'm playing with massive lag though. I'm at like 15 frames per second. It's awful, but I don't care. People rage chat at me that I'm so bad that I'm actually really enjoying myself. The Jade Fist with Stony Brook Schoolmaster. Actually from Morningtide this time, and easily slots in as part of an infinite tokens combo. Yeah, well, it does. It easily slots in, but easier said than done. 3 mana, 1/2. The Schoolmaster. When the Schoolmaster becomes tapped, you may put a 1/1 blue merfolk creature token into play. And if you can untap the Schoolmaster and keep tapping it, you get infinite creatures. Then that Schoolmaster is going to be taking you to school in Stony Brook. Jess is like, I suck at Counter-Strike. It's so fast. That's why you can't have lag. I got a lot of lag right now. I'm lagging like crazy, but I can't complain about it. I know about it. I know what I was getting into. Mercenary with veteran armaments. This is a 2 mana soldier equipment. Equipped creature has, whenever this creature attacks or blocks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each attacking creature. Whenever a soldier creature comes into play, you may attach the veteran's armaments to it. Otherwise, you'd equip for 2 mana. Gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each attacking creature. Braver in numbers. Much braver. All right, little Deadfly. Let's give you the last card. We got the Stench Skipper. Gonna skip the stench. Mercenary said, was it R.I.P. Quentin Hoover? Quentin Hoover came back to doing art for MTG because of a rough financial patch during his life. Well, that sounds like that's the story of everyone's life. We always go back to work for money. Okay, the Stench Skipper for 4 mana, 6/5 elemental, flying. At the end of turn, if you control no goblins, you must sacrifice your Stench Skipper. It's not even a goblin. I guess it just likes the smell of the goblins for the most part. They smell great. If they don't smell if the Stench Skipper doesn't smell stench, then it's gonna skip to the next town where it can find it. As usual, everyone, we do this show weekdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, so that we can review more of these classic sets full of tons of bad or niche or slightly interesting cards, full of nostalgia. Also, thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thank you so much to everybody who shows up to these. People like, we got Mercenary Jess, Little Deadfly, Christopher B, Soulfam. We've got Little Deadfly. We have a lot of doubles, quadruples. Adaptus. What else do we have here? I hope I didn't miss anybody. We got many people here. I promise you, there's Hexanorts. Declaration of not name someone's commander. Oh my god. I have to end the show on that one. Declaration of not. This actually saw some modern play. Blue enchantment. When it comes to play, you name a card, you can name someone's commander. And for a blue, counter that spell with that name. Sorry, you're never going to resolve your commander. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. I'm going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.